Death Spiral, the only anime podcast decked head to foot in Supreme. I'm looking at my Supreme mic. I'm typing on my Supreme keyboard. I am looking at my Gundam Supreme model kit right now. We are the only anime podcast staffed entirely by fuckboys in drip.
I wish. Yeah, you can take that title if you want. I think that if any of our handful of listeners ever saw what I look like in real life, they would be sorely, sorely disappointed.
It's never too late to change. Except it's too late to change this anime season because we are rapidly entering fall anime 2025. Anime premieres of fall 2025.
What do they call it in Gachiakuta? We're entering no man's land now.
Yeah, this is no man's land. This is notoriously the worst possible time to watch anime. We're gonna quickly just go over some of the shows as we do, but don't. This is no summer 2025 anime.
Okay, listen, first of all, we have to temper that.
This is fall.
Let's temper that statement with the fact that this past summer lineup, as we've stated a couple times, was ridiculously stacked, like in our favor. You know, this was the best lineup, in my opinion, since we started doing the show.
Yes, but of course, you know, I would pretty much agree, but you do have to take that with a grain of salt because, man, they've been bad. We've had some really, really bad.
Well, I mean, I think that
really
brings us back
stretches.
to the central, statement of the series is that anime, for the most part, is bad. Like, we're looking for diamonds in the rough here. I have no illusions about that. If we get one or two like halfway decent shows in a season, that's a win for me because there's always going to be muck to like trudge through, this last season, this summer, this is like having a veritable diamond mine, uncovered in the swamp. I don't know. I'm losing the analogy there. The fact is there's a lot of good shows. I'm willing to put up with a lot. It's for a season like that. Okay.
Yes, I know it's not mind-blowing for anybody listening to us, but anime is almost entirely for people who just need something to look at, just to fill time in their life. That's what most anime is for, which is a real shame because, man, it takes a lot of work to make an anime. You got to draw all those pictures. It's grueling. It's grueling. And ultimately, what does all that work serve? It serves fall anime 2025 anime fall premieres 2025.
Shoot. We're here.
Oh,
it's fall.
Shit, indeed.
It's 2025.
It's fall.
It's the season.
It's 2025.
We're about to start the season premieres.
It's season premieres. Now, of course, I kind of want to just leapfrog over returning shows, but there's a couple we could just shout out really quickly, I think. Obviously, One Punch Man coming back is kind of a big deal.
So that was one I wanted to talk about a little bit because obviously people were very disappointed by season 2. I think they're probably going to be pretty disappointed by season 3, seeing as it's
almost certainly.
And we have to remember that One Punch season 1 was like such a weird confluence of like insane, amazing talent coming together to work on like a passion project. You were never going to top it with a season 2. So let's all just take a step back before we get our little fits going, and just remember, at the end of the day, One Punch Man is still like kind of funny. Even if it's not like super well animated. That's my take on it.
It's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny.
That's how I would describe it.
Yeah.
I would just say, it's tough because obviously season 1, that was like the 96 Chicago Bulls, like that was the team. Like you can't replicate that. And season 2, 2010 Chicago Bulls. It's like, whatever. Okay, sure. You can't replicate something like 96 Chicago Bulls because you're not going to just pull a fucking Michael Jordan. You're not going to pull a Dennis Rodman. You're not going to pull a Scottie Pippen. You can't do that. These guys scatter to the wind.
Yeah.
They have other shit they want to do.
They're all working on their own stuff now.
Yeah, they have other stuff they have to get done, and then when One Punch Man just turns back into a regular anime at the stroke of midnight or whatever, you can't
the monkey paws curl.
Yeah, you can't shit on that. At the end of the day, it's a comedy. It's an action comedy anime. Like, get over it.
Yeah, it's a goof 'em up.
It's a goof 'em up.
Yeah,
but,
I don't know. I'm gonna watch it.
Fine.
I'm gonna watch it, and I'll probably still like it just fine. Because you know what? My controversial take is that I liked season 2 just fine. It was nowhere near as good as 1, but like it wasn't going to be, and it was just fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
and this is like gonna be a constant refrain through most of this season, I suspect, because we're getting Spy Family is coming back this season.
Yep.
And last season looked pretty good, right? It had some really great moments. I remember talking a lot about that tennis sequence, being like, damn, they fucking pulled it out for that tennis scene.
Yeah, they really did.
Damn,
I like Spy Family. I think they've been hitting it out of the park. Obviously, we were so enthusiastic to go see Spy Family movie in theaters. That was like an amazing, life-changing event. I wouldn't change it for the world. So yeah, I'll see Spy Family season 3. I'm looking forward to it.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, why not?
I still think they should have done the cruise line as the movie. It doesn't make sense that they didn't, but whatever. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. There's other shows coming back. My Hero Academia is wrapping up, but man, that fell off so hard like 4 years ago that I just can't bring myself to care.
I've never been into Hero Aka. It's just never been my jam. I'm not like the biggest shonen guy in the world, and I thought the gimmick is like, hey, what if anime was like also superheroes, like American superheroes, and one guy was like America Man. I don't know. It just never grabbed me. So that's like whatever,
To Your Eternity is doing season 3.
I don't. Did you keep up? To Your Eternity. Do you keep up with that?
I haven't watched the anime, but the manga just wrapped up, and man, that is probably one of the best things like ever. It's fucking great. It's truly like astounding. It's really, really fucking good.
Obviously, we're looking forward to the Mappa smash hits Ranma 1/2 remake. This time, no nipples.
No nipple edition.
And Campfire Cooking in Another World Season 2. Love those guys. Love me some Campfire Cooking in Another World. We're going to do it a second time.
Even more. I guess, there's that. There's pretty much nothing else. I mean, Golden Kamui's coming back, which is cool. And I still haven't watched those live action movies. I am going to get there.
Oh, wait. What's that? I think that we're forgetting a very important entry in the sequels here. I hear the thunderous sound of hoofbeats in the distance, because we got Uma Musume's Cinderella Grey Season 2, baby.
Sure, yeah. Also,
don't act
That's...
like that. Don't act like you're not excited. I know how much you love those horses now. I've seen your phone.
When you told me that is not even set in the main like Uma Musume world, I could not believe that.
No, it's in the world. It's at like the loser school version.
It's some fucked up like side story thing.
Yeah.
It's like, why are we? Oh my god.
Well, he got really attached to the main continuity, with Special Week and everybody's favorite golden ship. Everybody loves her. Remy's got the poster hanging above his bed. We're all big fans. All big fans over here at the podcast.
Okay, that's enough about old news. Let's get into premieres, season premieres.
All right, you want to get into the controversial stuff here.
let's get into the stuff. I
All
don't
right.
even have that many, so this is going to go quick.
All right,
but
well, I've
let's
got
go ahead and trade
probably
off.
more than you. So I'm going to kick it off. Finally, Japan is getting on our on the Walmart decoration schedule. They're putting out their Christmas best at the beginning of October. We've got the new shonen smash hit anime Sanda. Are you familiar?
Sanda, the Werewolf Santa.
Werewolf
of course
Santa,
I'm familiar
baby!
with this. This is by Igarashi's son, who wrote Beastars, as well as the the sexually deprived middle-aged woman fucks the ghost manga that I found endlessly intriguing. Yes, this is Werewolf. This is that Tim Allen movie, but in action manga form.
This is the Santa Claus shonen, the Santa
Yes,
shonen.
the Santa Claus. The
Yeah.
Santa Claus. Yes.
I am I'm just so confused about this premise. Is it a goof? Is it self-aware? I've never read the manga. I
Do
certainly
you
hope.
think that a guy who werewolfizes into Santa to fight bad guys, you think that might be a joke? Do you think maybe that's a joke? Can you puzzle that one out?
I
That
can't
it's a super
tell
ripped
me. I've
boy
lost
turns
my
into
gauge.
a super ripped
I've
Santa?
lost my ability to gauge these things over the years. Okay.
You watched Shazam, right?
Yeah.
So this is Shazam, but instead of Shazam, he turns into Santa.
That's so wild.
Yeah. It's cool as hell.
Do you think he's gonna fight Colonel Sanders?
You know, I don't know what's up with the trademark issue there, or maybe if you modify Colonel Sanders a little bit, sort of the Whack Arnold style, you could get him in there.
Sure.
But I am worried that their version of Colonel Sanders looks so much like their version of Santa that it might become confusing.
What if they do like a like an evil twin arc? What if Colonel
It's like
Santa
a mirror matchup.
Colonel Santa.
Colonel Santa.
Yeah, Colonel Santa.
This could really be in a Colonel Santa area.
A cursory
True.
look at the plot of this series tells us that the main character gets his Santa transformation powers because this actually takes place in the future where Christmas has been outlawed, and he is the direct descendant of Saint Nicholas, the child Christ. Not like
There is a lot of
not baby
there's a
Jesus, but
lot
like
of-
like the Jesus for kids is what Santa is.
there's a lot of mythology involved, obviously. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it is an anime.
Yeah.
But even at the end of the day, it's about a boy shazamming into Santa. And you don't really need to know anything else. That's what it is. Either you're on board or you're not on board.
Oh, I'm so on board.
I'm on board.
I'm on board, man.
I'm on board. Okay, I've got one, and this one's not necessarily so much that I'm excited to watch it, but I do think it identifies a trend that we have been seeing for a long time. This one is called This Monster Wants to Eat Me, which
Oh.
is very blunt.
Okay, I had that on my list as well.
Yes, this is about a girl who lives with essentially the sword of Damocles dangling above her head, but instead of a sword, it is a mermaid, the mermaid of Damocles, who's desperate to eat this girl as soon as she quote unquote ripens.
Yeah, so
Now, obviously, this premise is familiar to anyone who listened to our last wrap up.
Yep.
Because this is the same thing as the pedophile vampire show. Ban vampire.
Oh, right. That's the one about the vampire who's he's following around the high school boy, right? And
Yes.
he's grooming him to be his blood buddy.
Yes. But this is also a tremendous amount of series because this is also Tiger Won't Eat the Dragon Yet, which is like a manga that I really like. And that manga that you started a little while ago that I had been reading about the boy who is also incredibly tasty to monsters
Yes.
and gets quote unquote protected by a monster that wants to eat him.
Uh-huh.
This is a popular like genre unto itself now. And that's why I wanted to call this one out, because this is just furthering my point that people want to get eaten by monsters. They think that's sexy.
Well, it's undeniably sexy. I don't like, that's not a controversial opinion. Everybody thinks about that.
Well, clearly, because this stuff is coming out like crazy. And also, this one barely has a hook. I have to say, like, those other ones we just mentioned, there's like a twist on the idea. This one is literally just a girl comes across a mermaid who wants to eat her.
Well,
and that's it. Otherwise, she's just like a schoolgirl, and that's it.
This, from what I've seen, this is taking heavy inspiration from the, originally the Hans Christian Andersen Little Mermaid, because the mermaid.
I was going to say it's the Rumiko Takahashi mermaid.
Well, it's a long chain, goes all the way back. But, this mermaid specifically has to romance / eat this girl, or else she's going to turn into sea foam. So she has a ticking time bomb on her head regarding the whole thing.
Sure. I mean, really, it just boils down to this is an excuse to do, more Yuri monster stuff.
And when you put it that way, we're all here for it.
Sure. Okay. Yes. Hit me with another one. Let's keep moving here.
All right. This is something that caught my eye. I've never been a huge tokusatsu guy. I obviously watched a lot of Power Rangers growing up as a kid. That's why I am the way I am. Apologies to everybody whoever's met me. But I am highly interested in Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider. You know a bit more about Kamen Rider than I do.
I mean, a little bit.
But this appears to be a series about a 40-year-old virgin who grows up like he's a Kamen Rider otaku, and I can't tell if either he actually gets to be a Kamen Rider or if he is just like if he's doing like a Punisher thing but dressing as Kamen Rider to do it. Like maybe he's just a psycho.
You think he's just a psycho?
I don't know. He might just be a psycho who dresses up as Kamen Rider to go do vigilante stuff. I don't know.
He could be. He wouldn't be the first one.
No. But
either case... Did you ever finish Ichi the Killer? Did you ever get around to finishing that?
No.
Oh, man.
Not the manga. I watched the movie.
You finished the movie?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because that's what Ichi does.
Yeah. Well, he had the good grace to come up with his own original character, Do Not Steal.
Yeah, I guess so. He had the wherewithal to not buy a cheap Halloween mask and then go on a killing rampage. But essentially the same idea.
Yeah. I think that's an interesting idea of a otaku finally having it up to here, and he goes and he puts on his favorite Halloween costume and goes out and starts trying to clean up the town. I think it would be even more interesting if he gets out there. He's like, all right, I'm going to fight crime. And then he just either doesn't find anything, and this guy is probably going to commit crimes, right? Like in the pursuit of being a Kamen Rider, he's almost certainly going to be a criminal doing that. That's what I envision.
Well, if you want to conform Kamen Rider to human laws, everything Kamen Rider does is illegal. He is not a law enforcement officer. He's not allowed to kill those people legally. It's all extrajudicial murder. But, everyone's a vigilante when you boil down action manga, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I suppose so.
All right, let me hit you with this one, because this is, again, sort of a conceptual entry for me.
Okay.
You're going to find maybe a lot of the ones I've chosen are sort of hanging around this area. But I will say this one is being produced by Madhouse, which is we like.
We do. We're generally on the side of Madhouse.
We like Madhouse. This is also being co-produced by Cyclone Graphics, which if that name doesn't ring a bell, I don't blame you. But they were one of the producers on that incredible Batman animated anthology that came out around the Dark Knight era.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
Which fucking kicked ass and ruled very hard.
I liked it. It was pretty cool. I like the Scarecrow segment.
It's really cool. It's fucking great. I really liked it. And like, there was a lot of people that worked on that thing. It was neat. This one is called Wand Dance, which is very on the nose because it is one of those like kind of sports manga coming of age things, but it is about hip hop dancing.
Well, that's the way they're advertising it. I think from what I've seen, because I'm also looking forward to Wand Dance, that was on my list as well, is that it's like, I think that it's just dancing in general.
It's freestyle. It's freestyle dance.
It's freestyle dancing.
Break dancing. He's breakdance fighting.
It's MMA of dancing.
It is a step up to the streets.
Hell yeah.
My favorite step up. It's, I really like dance movies. I just enjoy it. It's a good genre. Dancing is like one of the coolest things you can do with the human body. It just amazes me. It endlessly amazes me. Because everything else cool we do with the human body is like competitive, right? Like
sure.
It's all sports stuff or fighting or whatever. Like dancing is like one of the most pure, like expressive things the body does that is not competitive in any way, even though people do dance competitions. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's expressive and joyful, and I really like it. My hesitation here is that I did watch some of the preview stuff, and they are very heavily using sort of a commingling of CGI and like rotoscoping techniques that I don't think look good enough, I guess.
We'll see. It's crazy to me, though. It's crazy to me that we have like endless mid to low grade anime about like bands where they just use generic ass like non-licensed music and don't even like heavily animate them playing the instruments. And
she's strumming the guitar.
Yeah, and freaking like dance should be in that slot. It's something that you actually animate and is cool to look at.
It should be overrepresented in this space.
Yes. It's just insane to me. Yeah. What if Bocchi the Rock was about breakdancing? That'd be great. I would love that. Absolutely batshit over that.
It'd be fucking great. I would love that. Dancing is cool. Anybody who thinks dancing is lame, that's why you're suffering. That's why your life is bad. Okay, hit me with another one.
All right, this one is true to form for me. This is Nohara Hiroshi, Hirumeshi no Ryugi. Or the localization of that appears to be lunch style. This is another entry in my personal favorite subgenre of anime of dude goes around and just eats at different restaurants and then talks about it. That's all it is. It's about a salary man who goes to a different restaurant on his lunch break every day, except this time it's an anime. It's an anime instead of a live action one.
And he's dying?
No, he's not dying. He just, he's hungry. He's just kind of peckish. Hungry. He just wants to go.
He's not dying in any way? No cancer in his brain or anything?
Not that I know of.
Huh.
Weird. It'd be a bummer to find out about that, but no, I think he's just like a guy and he likes to eat food.
Huh.
Yeah.
I figured he'd be dying.
No. Why would you figure you would be dying?
Well, because then he has the impetus to, dedicate his life to eating food.
My dude.
Otherwise, it's sort of like...
Everybody's life is dedicated to eating food. We need it to live.
Yeah, but most people eat food that is like, okay, I'm like getting fucking McDonald's again tonight or whatever. And that doesn't make for a good food anime.
I would unironically watch that anime. It's a food anime, but they just eat like the same trash konbini food every night.
You could just watch the compilation videos of all the anime McDonald's ads. There's lots of them.
Oh man.
Some of them Mikoto Shinkai did.
Don't tell me that, dude. Don't.
Oh,
that's
true.
Messed up. That's messed up.
Sorry. McDonald's has the most money in the world next to Disney. I don't know what to tell you.
Anyway, that's just something I'm looking forward to. I think that's right up my alley. What do you got?
Let me give you this one here. This is something that I mentioned pretty recently. This is called Yano-kun's Ordinary Days. I mentioned kind of an extraordinarily lightweight rom-com about a girl who notices that one of the boys in her class keeps coming to school covered in like bruises and cuts.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And because she's like kind of a busybody, she starts snooping, thinking that this is like a domestic violence situation, and discovers that, in fact, he is just a magnet for tiny, I guess, accidents throughout the day where he trips and falls, or a branch falls from a tree and hits him in the face, or somebody opens a car door onto his leg or whatever. And this is just a common occurrence wherever he goes.
Yeah, he's a Mr. Magoo.
Yeah, he's a Mr. Magoo, but he actually gets very hurt. And this triggers sort of like, a Nightingale-esque response in her brain, and she tricks herself into falling in love with him. And that's pretty much it. Not much more to the story. I found it cute, but at the same time, it's like, how long can that story actually hold up? But it's all right. It's probably enough for a couple episodes, at least.
Yeah, this was on my list as well. You know that along with food anime, add like milquetoast rom-coms are right up my lane.
I mean, at least this one has a hook, right?
Yeah, I think that's funny. I think that's charming. To make it the male lead, which is like, I appreciate that, because oftentimes in a rom-com, the male lead is either just some guy with no personality, or he's like your generic nerd otaku, and his big flaw is that he's just really nervous talking to people. I think giving them an actual like character trait, flaw, whatever.
Yeah.
He's incredibly clumsy and he's hurting himself all the time. Like, I think that's charming. I think that's charming to do.
Sort of cursed with unluckiness as well. That's sort of like part of it. He's kind of having a very low-key Final Destination happening to him at all times. And I just said, like I mentioned it when we were talking about the manga, there's one moment where she meets his dad, and when he goes out of the room, his dad's like, listen, don't take it personally if he doesn't like understand your affection. You need to know he's at the bottom of Laszlo's hierarchy of needs, and like he finds it very hard to relate to other people emotionally because he's almost entirely distracted with keeping himself alive. Just I love it. It's a good gag.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. So keeping with the food theme here, before I started the episode, I separated my overall list into stuff that I was like definitely totally sure I'm looking forward to, and stuff that I am pretty on the fence about, but I am intrigued enough to give it a shot. One of those titles is Pass the Monster Meat, Milady.
Great.
Yeah. This is something that I predicted a while ago. Whenever you have a real like cult smash hit anime like your Frierin's or your in this case Dungeon Meshi, you also get like some what's that phenomena in Hollywood where like studios release like identical movies next to each other?
It's parallel programming.
Yeah, parallel programming. This is like delayed parallel programming almost, because we wait a couple seasons and then we get someone trying to do a budget like knockoff of of some concept. In this case, eating monsters. So this appears to be like a hybrid, like villainous fantasy, like generic villainous fantasy anime, trying to rip off the idea of like doing recipe features based off of fictional creatures.
Sure.
Yeah. That I think is enough to maybe like do one episode at least. I don't know. I like the concept.
Good to get an episode.
Yeah.
At least one episode.
I mean, that's what this side of the list is everything that I put on the maybe section here is getting at least one episode. I was just completely baffled by the way they decided to localize the title as Pass the Monster Meat Milady.
Milady. Tip my fedora.
Yeah, tip fedora. Can I bring you any more monster meat, milady? They're doing a thing, right? They're trying to do a thing with the title. They're like being kind of tongue in cheek by saying monster meat and milady, both with the alliteration and the sexual implication. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it the more I think about it. It weirds me out.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
I think that's probably going to be a bad one.
You know, it's definitely going to be a bad one, but
Seems bad.
Science dictates I have to witness it to see how bad.
Okay. Well, I've got an interesting one here. And this is one of the things I've talked about before, but it's finally coming out this season. Nausea, based on the very strange kind of visual novel.
This is one that you played a while ago. I remember you talking to me about it.
I've played this a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. It's based on a visual novel where you are constantly looping through time and playing Wolf Game over and over and over and over again with a kind of randomly selected group of people on a spaceship. It's very, very strange. And it is even stranger that somebody chose this to do an anime adaptation of, because the charm of Nausea is that you are playing Wolf Game over and over and over again, and in a non-linear fashion. I don't know how they're going to adapt this. I'm very curious. I'm very curious to see how they do. And I'm also I kind of weirded out because like they pretty much kept the costume design intact from the game, and the costumes are like not great.
Oh,
Pretty bad.
Okay.
I was really hoping that they would change that. But otherwise, I'm fascinated because I do really like Nausea. I would say play the game, but yeah, this is a very weird one. Just keep your eye on that.
I was trying to think of other examples of games like that have been adapted into an anime, and it's like, there was the Persona animes, and I can kind of see that, although that also kind of weirds me out because like the main protagonist in all the Persona games is, a black hair glasses nobody. And like the point is that he's like a vessel for the player to just insert themselves into the story.
Vessel.
He's an empty vessel.
Yes.
But I get it. Like, yeah, you can technically tell the story of a Persona game without showing the Pokemon combat. Same with Catherine. They did a Catherine anime. Remember that?
Of course.
Yeah. And it's like Catherine is mostly a like block climbing and stacking puzzle game.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. But again, there is an actual plot to Catherine that is told as cutscenes in between the puzzle segments. I don't know how it is in Nausea, but is there like a heavy like through line narrative around the Wolf Game segments?
There is stuff happening narratively, yes, but it is sprinkled into the slowly overarching plot. It's these little tiny things that change from loop to loop. It's very subtle in that way.
Uh-huh.
And it's like if they portray it like they do in the game, you're going to be watching the same thing happen over and over again. Like the infamous stretch of Haruhi Suzumiya. that everybody hated, including me.
I never watched that.
Good for you. Okay. Anyway, it's going to be a very strange thing.
All right. How about this? Are you keyed in at all to an anime coming out called Ganglion?
I've watched the trailer and I have mixed feelings because this is a plot that has been happening a lot. I liked some of the stuff in the trailer from like a visual standpoint. There's interesting things there, but I have gone through so many of these in manga form where it's like, the life of the grunt, or like comparing working in an evil organization to being a salaryman, which, man, talk about politically heavy implication, right?
Yeah.
It's like, man, could you be more on the nose? And I find a lot of those stories really unfulfilling because ultimately they don't have the guts to like make an actual political statement. They just go like, life sucks, right? Maybe this is the one. Maybe this is the one that actually has something to say, but I don't know. I don't know.
We'll see. It seems to take place explicitly in the 90s, which is like, that was the bottom of the Japanese recession from the last like 4 decades. And, the main dude is a henchman who dresses up in what I think is supposed to be like a bumblebee costume, kind of.
It's some kind of
he's got
like henchman outfit.
He's like an insect. He has antenna, and his nose is some kind of like it's pointy, like a stinger would be. I don't know. Anyway, and in this one, it's not like he's working specifically for a super villain or something. He works for the company Ganglion. In this one, like, companies themselves are the evil entities. And I don't know if there's
evil entities.
Yeah, I mean they kind of are.
And this has something to do with nerve clusters.
Something, I don't know. But yeah, like you said, it seems to be the classic day in the life of a mob character, the grunt. So I'm intrigued by it, but as long as we're going conceptual with it, I think that Go-Go Loser Ranger like did it better, because that one is actually about someone like trying to break away from that mold.
Yes, even despite how absolutely bonkers that plot gets as it goes along, I do have the endless affection for Go-Go Loser Ranger. I just truly, truly love it. I don't think this is going to be as good as Go-Go Loser Ranger.
It's probably not. It's almost assuredly not. All right, what else you got on your list?
Okay, I've got this one. This is something I definitely do not want to watch, but I do want to point out because of, again, another like rising trend here. Well, not necessarily rising now. This has been a thing for a while, but I think it's interesting in the wake of K-pop Demon Hunter becoming such a powerful thing in the West on Netflix and etc. People are seemingly actually like latching onto that thing in a way I never expected.
It's bizarre. I've been to the airport a number of times over the last few months, and every time I see like 5, 6, 7 people walking around with K-pop Demon Hunter like merch on, and not kids.
Weird.
By the way.
Very weird.
Yeah.
And there have been a lot of like magical girl shows where the magical girls are also like, pop idols or whatever. This is not a new thing, But this one is called Civis. This is about like the No Doubt of like J-pop, basically.
Oh, they're a ska band?
Maybe. And they perform hyper pop music, and they convert raw sales numbers into combat power, while keeping their magic battle identities secret from the fans, because I don't know why. Maybe people wouldn't like that. They would become less popular. I always think they would become more popular. I don't think anybody would fault them for having sick ass battle identities and fighting crime and shit. I think that would make them supremely popular. But
well, no, you see revealing their lives as crime fighters, as superheroes, devalues their brand as a musical act.
I don't see how, but I haven't
because
watched
obviously
the show.
if they're spending all of their off time fighting crime and monsters and robots and whatever, they're not actually writing their own music. You know, they're not coming up with their own dance routines.
Okay, but nobody actually believes they're doing that.
Well, no, they do that. Like, are you telling me my Oshi is fake?
You're the one. You're the one who believes that. I see. Okay. Anyway, I don't think I could bring myself to actually watch this, but I do think it is interesting that this is coming out this season in the wake of K-pop Demon Hunters. This is going to be even more powerful thing going into the future, especially now that we have people who genuinely want to create AI-driven bands that do not exist.
Oh, man.
But will publish music under a fake name. So I just want to keep my eye on the space because this is falling purely into the future dystopia category.
Yeah.
Just a thing to think about. Just moving forward.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving forward, speaking of another one that I have like no background info on at all. I just saw the description here and I thought it sounded kind of cool. Anime coming out called Shabake. Have you heard about that?
No, I do not know Shabake.
Shabake is a...
Shabake?
Shabake? Shabake.
Shabake?
Shabake.
Shabak.
This is a murder
Sabak.
mystery taking place in the Edo period where the main character lives in a small rural Japanese town and someone close to
Imagine
him...
that.
I know, right? Someone close to him gets violently murdered and he witnesses it. And he does, but he doesn't, see who the actual culprit is. He happens in the wake of the crime. And so he is trying to basically sleuth out the identity of the murderer within his small village using the help of ghosts and yokai that he can communicate with.
That's lucky.
I know, right? Hey,
Wow.
Hey, if you're going to get murdered, make sure one of your friends is a medium. That's a lucky break. But I think that's
Sure.
kind of cool. I like that concept, I've
Yeah.
always been partial to the concept of the paranormal detective. Not someone who investigates paranormal things, but a detective who is paranormal, in nature.
Yeah, like The Mentalist.
Yeah, like The Mentalist or David Blaine.
Yeah. I sure. And it's about an adult,
Yeah.
which is always a plus.
That always a plus. Always a plus.
Okay. Well, I just have to throw this one out there just as, we have to, because we've talked about it so much. I just have to name drop it. But this season, Twisted Wonderland is coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is happening. This is going to be set in the Alice in Wonderland zone. So the bad guy is going to be the Red Queen of this season. The main character's friends are all named after playing cards. So just what we're doing. Walt Disney Japan stepping up, doing an original anime. It's happening, people.
I'm
okay.
unironically like so curious about what this is gonna be like. Like
It's going to have characters that look mostly like the Disney characters you're familiar with, but just a little bit different.
God, I'm so ready. All right. Well, I'm also pretty much at the end of my list here. I do want to throw out some big names that I think we're both looking forward to, and that would be the Tatsuki Fujimoto 17 to 26 collection.
Yes, that is genuinely, this is like the highlight right here.
Genuinely is something like really, really cool to look forward to. You should go read the short story collection. You should go watch Goodbye Eri.
Yes, we should watch Goodbye Eri, and we're obviously going to go watch that Chainsaw Man, but you should stop reading Chainsaw Man, stop watching Chainsaw Man, let Fujimoto move on with his life. That would be the best for him and the best for us.
I mean, unfortunately, I can't stop watching Chainsaw Man until after I see the Reze Arc movie in IMAX.
Okay, we can wait until then.
And it's coming. It's coming soon. That's the other thing I was going to say. I'm very, very looking forward to Chainsaw Man movie. I think that's going to be cool.
Sure.
I still think it's a weird thing that the director of the first season got let go for stylizing like it too much. I think if that's true, that's really, really dumb.
Hey, this is anime.
I know it's anime, but it's like I genuinely really love the Chainsaw Man anime and the manga. Sorry, Fujimoto Sensei. You're going to be doing this for 100 years until you die.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, I'm the one. I'm the one keeping him here.
We have to free him. We have to free him. Okay, in a similar vein, because this is also an anthology series, Star Wars Visions Season 3 is finally coming out.
Yeah.
Star Wars Visions is the best Star Wars movie.
I mean, it's pretty much the best Star Wars thing. If you're going to engage with Star Wars, like, yeah, probably give Visions the shot, because, like, we need to remind the listener, you people, that Star Wars is, like, dumb and for little babies. And it's like, come on.
But these shorts are kind of dumb and for little babies as well, but they're really good.
Yeah.
And
sure.
they're fun to look at.
Well, if they're really good, that's one thing. But, like, overall, like, Star Wars, really? I'm a guy who watches cartoons and then talks about it. And it's like, come on.
Well, we're going to watch these cartoons and talk about them when they come out, which should be the end of next month, I think.
Yeah.
And what a fucking lineup. Seriously. I mean, like, goddamn. This Star Wars Visions has had, like, IG, it has a Trigger entry. Fucking Wit did one of these. Citrus did one of these. I mean, this is like legit shit. So I'm very, very excited.
All right, is that everything? Is that everything?
I've got one more if you don't have anything.
No, that's the end of my list.
Okay. Well, this one is exciting to me. This one is legitimately exciting to me because we're all familiar with Mamoru Hosoda.
Of course.
He did Wolf Children, which I really liked. That was a while ago, though. He did Belle pretty recently. Mm-hmm. Belle might have been his last movie. I can't remember. I think so. It was fairly recent.
He did Summer Wars. He did the Digimon movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. His new movie, Scarlet, is coming out next month. I think
Interesting.
Next
now,
month.
I've heard a little bit about this. It's been getting some mixed reviews. I don't know if you've heard about that. I'm unfamiliar overall with the plot, but I've seen the trailer. The animation looks good, but
it's great.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll give it a shot. I like Hosoda.
Yeah, and don't listen to reviews.
Except for ours.
People are stupid and they suck, and we're the only ones who have good taste.
Yeah.
So remember, when people say shit like, that movie sucked, you have to remember that they have terrible taste.
Yeah.
They don't have any credibility.
You should always ask yourself, but what did Anime Death Spiral have to say about this?
Yeah,
because
exactly.
whatever we said is the correct one.
Yes, truly, it is.
Yeah.
Whatever they said is dumb. If people come out here and they're saying shit like, oh, Scarlet was bad, it had stupid shit in it, and I have to be like, well, you're stupid, so I mean, what could you possibly have to say?
As you can tell, that we're very smart and articulate, and most other people aren't, so
yeah. And also, like, I have a history with Mamoru Hosoda. I don't have a history with any of you weirdos. I think I trust Mamoru more than I trust you.
Yeah.
I think people might have been saying stuff because this is a modern anime movie, so there's a lot of CGI incorporated into the movie, and we're not fans of that.
No, but it's also kind of a weird complaint to make, specifically with a Mamoru Hosoda movie, because CGI has been in literally every one of his movies.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just saying, he's the cyberspace guy. Like, that's his thing.
Yeah.
And all those spaces are CGI. So if that's the reason that you're bad-mouthing this movie, get over yourself.
Hey, you're watching anime, bro.
You're watching anime, buddy.
You're watching anime. It looks, I don't know. The trailers are just, they make it look really fucking great. This is good shit. The imagery in the like 5 seconds of teaser that they have is all fucking shit that is good. It's like just straight up objectively cool. So I don't know. I imagine that even if I'm disappointed by this, I am absolutely already getting a lot of shit out of it. Because frankly, this has a lot of like Berserk Golden Age in it, even just in the trailer.
Okay.
Like it's really cool. I'm just very excited.
That's a weird comparison I was not expecting.
Yeah.
But you've piqued my interest.
Still angling. Maybe this is Hosoda angling for the Berserk reboot.
Wouldn't that be wild? Wouldn't that be fucking wild?
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I was playing some Berserk games, some old ones. I was playing the PS2 one, and we were talking about the Dreamcast one a little bit that I've played. And I think it's very strange, especially the PS2 one, because it has a great look to it, that the animation in the PS2 Berserk game, all 3D, obviously, it's a 3D PS2 action game, looks dramatically better than the 2016 anime, CG anime, like leagues better. That's just baffling to me. Why does this PS2 game have better Berserk animations than the entire fucking production? Just
because
crazy.
Everything about Berserk is cursed, and I think we all need to just accept that at this point.
They should have just kept going with the movies.
Yeah.
They should have just kept going.
I mean, that's the thing, with the way these production houses work. You get one bad series, and then people get scared. They don't want to give you a chance anymore.
It's terrifying.
All right. I think that we're drawing in on the end here. So as you can tell from the timbre and tone of our voices, fall anime 2025, fall season anime is about to kick off, and it is we are apprehensive at best, I would say. Would you agree with me there?
I mean, how many of those did I just say that I am like only interested conceptually?
Yeah, so
I think that was like half of the things I said. Scarlet I am stoked for Scarlet. I am genuinely excited for that one.
Yeah, Scarlet's cool.
I don't know.
Tatsuki
Scarlet's
Fujimoto,
cool.
he's a cool
that's
guy.
Great.
Cool
Star
guy.
Wars Visions is going to be great.
All the other stuff is on trial basis only at this point.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
I guess we'll check back in next week once the first round of premieres starts coming out. We'll see if anything pops out at us. But man, we gotta start talking about our strategy for Fantasy Anime League this season.
Okay. I would say don't hold your breath, but hold your breath.
Hold your breath, folks.
For fall season anime premieres, fall 2025 season anime.
2025. All right, beautiful, tall, handsome listeners, thank you again for sticking with us. Go download the episodes, please. Keep commenting on the TikToks. I see you doing it out there. We've been getting some engagement. I love it. We love to see it. We reply. We're desperate. So please, we would love to talk to you. Go follow us on Blue Sky, follow us on TikTok, follow the Instagram.
You got to stop pointing it out. You really you got to stop poking that.
No, got to do it.
Stop poking that wound.
Got to do it. And
Jesus
we will
Christ.
talk to you next time. Bye.
It's an RPG world.